All right, so today we're going to do an RPG system and how to make a rocket explode. So we're going to go to filebase.com and we're going to grab Explosion 09, and we also want to grab the RPG that also has the firing mechanism and the rocket. Then we want to drop that into our scene, and we want to create an RPG firing script. Of course, make sure that your mouse button works. And then we're going to serialize, and we want to get 3 objects. We actually want to get the RPG prop and the rocket. So first, we're going to get the rocket prop, and then the rocket projectile, and then we want to get the projectile position. We're going to put all these under an empty game object. Let's set the rocket projectile position in the right place, and then we're going to create the actual rocket behavior. To do this, we're going to have this thing fly forward. So we're going to do a transform.translate and forward time a speed variable. So we're just going to create a random speed variable, let's say 5. And when it starts in update, it's just going to push that rocket forward. Now we want to turn that into a prefab so we can always instantiate that. In our RPG firing script, we're now going to serialize the game object and drop that projectile in. We also want to go ahead and grab the rocket position so we can instantiate where the rocket's supposed to spawn. So we're going to instantiate the rocket at the rocket transform.position and at the quaternion.identity. And when we do this, we're going to also turn off the main rocket on the actual rocket launcher so it looks correct and everything spawns well. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in the explosion, and we're going to switch it from burst to emission over time. And we're just going to attach it as a trail to our rocket prefab. Then we're going to do an on-collision detection, and we want to find out what we hit. But to do that, we need to make sure we put a box collider and a rigid body on our rocket with no gravity, and you can see what we hit when we do the collider. This works. When we do that, we basically need to shut down the rocket. So we're going to set the speed to 0. We're going to find the box collider on the rocket. We're going to go ahead and disable that so that it doesn't collide with anything anymore. We're also going to need to make sure that we grab our flame particle system that is in the background, and we end up turning off or stop playing that particle system as well. Now when we shoot, you can see that the rocket stops, but we still see it there, so we're just going to go ahead and turn off the mesh renderer of that rocket. You could destroy the rocket projectile as well. It's probably good practice to do that. But next, we actually want to create explosion. Now we're going to just grab this explosion prefab from inside of our scene. We're going to turn off the on awake to where it explodes, and we're going to get a game object, and we're going to place it into our script and connect that explosion 09. And what we want to do is we want to move that explosion prop to the position at which we explode. So that would be on this rocket, and then we're just going to play the particle animation when we finally explode. So when we play it back, when we hit something with the collider, we're going to play the explosion animation. It looks great, but we actually have no explosion physics. So the next thing we need to do is apply physics. So we're going to go ahead and create an explosion force. We're going to get a little sphere collider going on, and we need to create a script called explosion force. In here, we're going to set a float of a pretty high amount, like 500. On start, we need to figure out where our explosion force is, which is right here. And we want to get the colliders into a physics overlap sphere. And we also want to set the radius of this sphere to 2 frames. And whenever we start this game object, we're going to look at all the game objects in that collider, and we're going to check to see if it has a rigid body. And if it has a rigid body, we're going to add an explosion force. Where is it going to explode from? The position and at the radius, and it's going to have a drop off of 3 frames. And now you get to see that whenever we turn that explosion force on, it shoots everything out. That works perfectly. We just need to now serialize that field and turn on the explosion force when we hit something, and that will enable the explosion force to occur. But we don't want that explosion force there forever, so we're going to turn it off through an invoke method after, let's say, 0.1 frames. Perfect. New to coding? Feel like those tutorials are speaking an alien language? Yeah, we've been there. That's why we built GameDev HQ, a place where you can actually learn by building. Our monthly membership gives you access to 900 plus hours of hands-on training from 2D to 3D, VR, AR, first-person and third-person games. Plus, you get access to 12,000 assets and daily check-ins, one-on-one tech support, and live workshops 6 days a week where we cover the stuff you want to learn. We're not just developers, we're gamers too, and we love helping people turn that first line of code into something special. Come hang out with us and let's build something together.